If you had to stop working tomorrow, how long would your money actually last? Would it be 5 years, 2 years, or just 5 months? Most people have a number in their head that is not based on reality. They hope for the best, but they do not prepare for the worst. In this discussion, we are going to look at the survival map of the typical household. We will strip away the myths and look at the raw data from the Federal Reserve. You will see exactly where you stand compared to everyone else your age. Quality of life in your later years depends on the truth you accept today. The truth is that retirement is not an age. Retirement is a financial number. Let us start with the biggest lie in financial media. You often hear about the average retirement savings. The average is a dangerous number because it is skewed by the ultra-wealthy. If a billionaire walks into a room of penniless people, the average wealth of that room becomes millions. But the reality of those people has not changed. That is why we must look at the median. The median is the true middle point of the population. It represents the person living right next door to you. It represents the real struggle of the middle class. The median retirement savings in the United States is shockingly low. For many households, the gap between their reality and their dreams is a canyon. Let us break down these numbers by age groups. If you are under 35, the median savings is $18,800. At this stage, most people are just trying to keep their heads above water. They are paying off student loans and trying to buy their first home. $18,000 is a start, but it is fragile. It is roughly 1 year of rent in a major city. One medical emergency or one job loss can wipe that out in a week. If you are in this group, you have the greatest asset of all. That asset is time. But time is a double-edged sword. If you wait too long to start, the math of wealth building will turn against you. Now let us look at the 35 to 44 age group. The median savings jumps to $45,000. This is more than double the younger group, but it is still not enough. This is the stage where many people fall into the lifestyle trap. They buy bigger houses and newer cars to keep up with their friends. They trade their future freedom for present comfort. $45,000 feels like progress, but it cannot support a lifestyle. By the time people reach 45 to 54, the pressure starts to build. The median savings for this group is $115,000. This is the point where many people start to feel a silent panic. They realize they only have 10 or 15 years of work left. They see that $100,000 is not a fortune. It is a small cushion that can be deflated by inflation. If you are in your 50s and feel behind, you are not alone. Most people in your neighborhood are feeling the exact same anxiety. Now we reach the most critical group, those aged 55 to 64. This is the doorstep of retirement. The median savings here is $185,000. On the surface, nearly $200,000 sounds like a lot of money. But let us do the real math that the banks do not want to talk about. Most experts recommend the 4% withdrawal rule. This rule is designed to make your money last for 30 years. 4% of $185,000 is $7,400 per year. That is only $616 per month. Ask yourself honestly if you can live on $600 a month. That will barely cover your groceries and your utilities. It certainly will not cover your property taxes or your health insurance. This is why so many people are forced to work much longer than they planned. They realize too late that their nest egg is actually just a small birdhouse. For those aged 65 to 74, the median hits $200,000. This is the peak of the savings mountain. After this age, people begin to draw down their funds to survive. Social Security becomes the backbone of their existence. The average Social Security check is about $2,000 per month. When you add the $600 from your savings, you have $2,600. For a couple, that might be $5,000 a month. It is a modest life, but it leaves no room for error. It leaves no room for travel or for helping your grandchildren. And we have not even talked about the silent thief. That thief is inflation. A dollar today will not buy a dollar's worth of goods in 10 years. In 20 years, your fixed income will feel like half of what it is today. If you are counting on a set amount of money, you are losing ground every day. The cost of healthcare is the other major threat to your security. A single major surgery can cost more than your entire median saving. Medicare does not cover everything. Long-term care can cost $10,000 per month. This is the reality that keeps people awake at night. But there is an even more alarming statistic we must face. Nearly half of all households have zero retirement savings. They are heading toward their golden years with nothing but a hope and a prayer. They will be entirely dependent on the government, or they will be dependent on the charity of their family. If you have anything saved at all, you are already ahead of 50% of the country. But being better than average is not the goal. The goal is to be secure. The goal is to be independent. So what can you do if you find yourself at the median? The first step is to stop the lifestyle creep. Stop buying things you do not need to impress people you do not like. Every $100 you save today is worth much more in the future. The second step is to understand the power of one more year. If you can work just 1 or 2 years longer, the math changes in your favor. Your investments have more time to grow. Your Social Security benefit increases by 8% for every year you delay. Delaying from age 66 to age 70 can increase your check by 32%. That is a massive difference in your monthly budget. The third step is to reduce your largest expense. For most people, that expense is housing. If you can pay off your mortgage before you retire, your cost of living drops. Some people choose to downsize to a smaller home or a lower-cost area. This frees up equity that can be invested for income. Others explore house hacking or renting out a room to generate cash flow. You must be creative, and you must be willing to change. The old path of working 40 years and getting a pension is dead. You are the CEO of your own retirement. Nobody is going to save you but you. Investing in boring index funds is often the best strategy. The S&P 500 has historically returned about 10% per year. At that rate, your money doubles every 7 to 8 years. If you have $100,000 at age 55, it could be $200,000 at 63. It could be $400,000 by the time you are 70. Compounding is a slow process at first, but it becomes an explosion later. You just have to stay in the game long enough to see it happen. Avoid the urge to chase the latest hot stock or crypto trend. The people at the median cannot afford to take big gambles. They need steady, reliable growth. They need to protect what they have while allowing it to grow. Financial peace of mind is not about being a billionaire. It is about knowing that your bills are paid and your future is safe. It is about having the freedom to say no to things you do not want to do. Take a hard look at your bank statement tonight. Do not look at the average. Look at your own reality. Are you prepared for a 30-year vacation? Because that is what retirement actually is. It is the longest vacation you will ever take, and you have to pay for it all up front. If the numbers look scary, use that fear as fuel. Start today. Even if it is just a small amount. Consistency is more important than the initial size of the deposit. The typical person retires with far too little, but you do not have to be typical. You can choose a different path starting right now. Educate yourself and take control of your financial destiny. Your future self will thank you for the sacrifices you make today. The truth might be painful, but it is the only thing that can set you free. Take the first step toward security and never look back. You have the power to change your story. Make sure it is a story worth telling. Think about the legacy you want to leave for your family. Do you want to leave them a burden or a blessing? The choice is made in the small decisions you make every day. Watch your spending and increase your savings. The road to $1 million starts with the first 100. Stay disciplined and stay focused on the long-term goal. The typical American is struggling, but you can thrive. It all starts with facing the numbers. Face them today so you do not have to fear them tomorrow. You are now equipped with the data and the mindset. Now it is time to take action.